So as Paul starts to write verses 14, 15, and 16, you would think he would be at a place of spiritual defeat. I mean, we've been there. Life is so hard, the burden is so heavy that we feel overwhelmed by the opposition that we're facing. He's just narrowly escaped death. He's deathly worried about his friend and about the situation in the church. Yet instead, he pens these words in verse 14, which are the complete opposite of what we might expect. Verse 14, "But thanks be to God who always leads us in triumphal procession in Christ, and through us spreads everywhere the fragrance of the knowledge of Him." Here we have a man who has every reason to retreat and hide, to be full of worry and despair. And instead of focusing on the sources of his anxiety, he rejoices in what he knows to be true. And what does he know to be true? The gospel will prevail. The gospel will go forward. God always leads us in triumphal procession in Christ. He uses that word triumphus, a form of that word triumphus. We know that he's thinking of this illustration of a Roman triumphal procession. And here's his point. God's the general. God's the victorious general. We who have been saved by Christ, we who have been redeemed, we who belong to Christ, we are his conquering army. And he will always lead us in triumph. He will always cause the gospel to advance. No matter what challenges we're facing, no matter what setbacks we've experienced, no matter how overwhelming our present situation may seem, God will always cause the gospel of Jesus Christ to go forward, to transform more and more lives.